Stevenage Borough dropped out of the playoff places after letting slip a 2-0 lead against mid-table Burton at Broadhall Way. Inconsistency by Graham Wesley's men have been the problem this season. This a prime example of it. But take nothing away from the Brewers' confident performance, which ranks amongst one of their best this campaign. It was the home side who took the lead on 7 minutes, with probably one of the best work free kicks you'll ever see. Plenty of training on the training ground for this one. Boyd tapping it into the path of Miller, who picked out Maamria, who tucked it home from close range. Stevenage 1, Burton 0. A minute later and Albion was still pinned back as Ollie Burkes managed to get a shot away, his effort just wide. Nigel Clough's men nearly equalised on 13 minutes. From a throw-in, Chris Hall with a deep ball into the box, headed goalwards by John Shaw. It needed Alan Julian's intervention. Julian had to be on his toes again just 6 minutes later. Again from Chris Hall, this time using his boot. A clever little chip by the Burton Albion player nearly caught out the Stevenage goalkeeper. Maamria could have added his second on 24 minutes. However, the Tunisian rushed his shot, his effort wild and over the bar. Stevenage on occasions looked shaky, and on the half-hour mark the Brewers nearly got on the score sheet. Ducross playing a delightful long ball into Sean Harrod, whose low pass to John Shaw nearly resulted in the equalising goal. Good save by Julian. Nigel Clough will be kicking himself as Burton Albion conceded a second 2 minutes before the half-time whistle. From a corner, the Brewers failing to clear their lines, and substitute Weatherstone's shot eventually deflecting off Darren Stamp, Deeney could do nothing. Stevenage 2, Burton Albion 0, and the home side looked to be cruising heading into half-time. Into the second half, and again Stevenage looked weak at the back, this time from a set piece. After Bullman had brought down Shaw, Chris Taylor's free kick, the final shot coming in by Hall, Julian, who had a brilliant game, just tipping it round the post. On 52 minutes, a hoisted ball into the danger area wasn't cleared by the Albion defence. Boyd allowed to get his volley away, Deeney well behind it in the Burton Albion goal. But the Brewers were starting to play some neat football as we approached the hour mark. They carved out an opportunity for Shaw. He was given time to turn on the edge of the box and using both feet, a good left-footed effort. There was no one to follow it up. And indeed, 2 minutes later, it was John Shaw who brought Burton right back into this game. A free kick from Chris Taylor, Shaw with the flick on. He wasn't picked up in the penalty area, and as the hail came down, Burton Albion pulled the goal back. Stevenage 2, the Brewers 1. Albion's tails were up and they threatened to get a second on 65 minutes. A really penetrating run down the left-hand side by Sean Harrod bore off a fine save by Julian. Luckily, the follow-up went wide. The Stevenage Borough keeper excelled himself on 69 minutes, again keeping his side really in this game. A reflex reaction save from Chris Hall at the near post. But surely Julian's save of the day came on 70 minutes. A Chris Taylor corner, the header by Darren Stride, and at full stretch the Stevenage Borough stopper somehow kept it out. Really good goalkeeping. But on 77 minutes the home side's defences were breached for a second time. Ronnie Henry had handballed on the far side, and from a Taylor free kick, Webster was there to nod it in. Stevenage 2, Burton Albion 2, and on the balance of play in the second half, it was nothing less than Nigel Clough's side deserved. Albion's winner came deep into stoppage time. Christian Moore chasing down the loose ball, a slip up at the back, and the shot deflecting off Luke Oliver past the stranded Julian. There was nothing he could do after having such a fantastic game, the Stevenage goalkeeper. The final score, Stevenage Borough 2, Burton Albion 3, and the away supporters going absolutely delirious.